Alrighty, I think we got everything ready for the podcast. Brian, can you say a few things so I can get your levels down?
Sure. Kings play chess on fine grained sand.
Wait, I
Brown
thought
cow,
I
brown.
thought you just wanted to watch John Wick. We're doing a podcast now?
You think I watch
Yeah,
movies for fun?
yeah. Who does
No,
that?
no. Okay. Hey, honey, can you call the lawyer? Yeah, the one I don't owe money to see. Can I do a media release?
This is all the power you ever had. Now it is mine. Pity there's not more time for us.
You tell him it's open season on all suckheads.
Just gonna have to teach you a lesson. No more clowning around. Fire in the
Is that gasoline I smell? No, man. No!
Hello, everybody. It's Edging with Trash and Monk again. I am one of the hosts, Monk. There's
Oh, I thought I was Monk.
You thought you're a monk.
Wait,
Hi, I'm DC tonight.
nice.
We've got our guest DC in the house, ready to tear shit up, ready to mix
Wait,
some
so
shit around.
I'm
Ready to
trash,
watch John Wick too.
So
and
you're
you're
trash.
Monk.
You're trash.
Mm.
I'm presumably monk, although I think at this point you've got me fucking fucked up in the head.
Oh shit. And then I don't know what's up with this whole DC situation.
I've been asking
Yeah,
myself
what's
the
with
same
the
thing.
yeah? What's with the lapsed VTuber bit? What's with the lapsed VTuber bit, DC? Are you ever gonna get back on? Are you ever gonna get on meds? Are you ever gonna do the VTuber thing again? World may never know.
In this economy.
Mm.
In this
who could
economy,
be-
getting on meds, VTubing in this economy, I don't know. Oh my god, how you doing, everybody?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been less than a little while. It's been 6 whole days, and
Yeah,
we recorded the last one a little bit later, and it's got me fucked up. I usually need exactly 7 days to come up with a personal anecdote to like fucking complain about at the beginning of the show, but because I don't do anything but
Make one up.
make one
Yeah.
up.
Pissed off at the grocery store.
When was the last time I was at the grocery store? I actually really desperately need groceries.
Ew, good job.
But check it out. I went outside.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That was your first mistake.
Yeah, I know. Right? No, I actually did go hang out with multiple friends this week. Probably too many, to be honest. But it was really nice. I got to see my friend who I don't get to see very often. She's got a couple of little babies, and they were fine. They were fine and nice. And I was like, oh wow, I'm not hating this as much as I sometimes think that, because I don't like children. I'm not a big children fan. That's it's something I'm working on. Okay. Trying to
Having
grow as a
child?
person. No.
You're trying for a baby.
I'm trying
Are you
I'm
trying to get pregnant? Trash.
that's why I'm hanging out with my ass up in the air in hotel rooms all over the place.
Understandable.
Yeah, door unlocked. If you ever see that, it might be me. You won't see my face though, okay? Because the I got the gimp mask on. Anyways. So I was hanging out, and it was really nice, hanging out with my friend, and the kids were like, we were outside, so I wasn't all like paranoid about kid goo, because that's like a fear of mine, is like how gooey children are, and then they touch you, and that wasn't so much of a thing. So it was nice. And then I think it was the next day I went to a friend's house, and somebody came over and they're like, they were like coughing the whole time, and they're like, I was sick 2 weeks ago, so like it's just a little residual cough, and I'm like, well, yeah. Also, why would you go outside like that? I'm just like, just stay home.
Yeah,
I don't care if
it
it's
turns
2
out
weeks.
the kids weren't the real enemy all along.
I know. I haven't gotten sick yet. But I do feel a little whack. So who knows?
You will.
Who
You
knows?
will.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god. I just don't. I think I'm not made for going outside. That's the real thing. But I did start taking Benadryls to go to sleep at night, and I've been waking up feeling.
I thought you were
not
going to say
as
Zoloft for
bad.
some reason.
I've been taking the small pink brain shrinking pills, known as Benadryls. And
Those are
You know, I
very
hear
bad
if
for
you,
sleep. I've had to
I hear
take
if-
them for sleep.
yeah,
I hear if you microdose those are actually okay for allergies.
yeah, no, that's the thing. I know, but that's kind of been the
Thank you.
yeah.
Nice one.
Uh-huh.
Fucking nice one, Monk. Yeah, nice one.
Fucking nice. I'm abusing over the counter drugs. Let's go. Let's talk. That's what I'm about on this podcast.
Yes.
Let's go down to the
Yeah.
auto parts store and get some drugs.
You know why they call it
It's-
OTC? They call it that because it's on the cantina.
Oh boy, that's correct.
On the cantina.
Because you get them at the bar where you're having a good time, I guess. I don't know. Imagine fucking being like seeing the Hat Man in a public place.
Yeah, that would be something, wouldn't it? Damn.
Just go up and talk to him, and he says, "Hey, I'm on break."
I'm on break. Yeah.
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 Yeah, fair enough. He's got his union fucking breaks, same as the rest of us, right?
I hope so.
None of my business.
I hope so. Hey, Hat Man, come on the podcast.
Yeah.
We're all about your labor rights, okay?
To be fair,
Mm-hmm.
so our listeners, I think, could just have the Hat Man show up in any episode of the podcast they want, as is, Like,
Yeah,
I think
true.
the Hat Man is just the add your own guest to the podcast and not one that
That's-
we can really record.
That's true. that subtle whispering that you're
BYOH.
hearing? That subtle whispering you're always hearing when you're listening to our program? That's the
Yeah.
Hat Man.
That's you. You did that.
You did that. That's in you.
Yeah.
Like a baby. You're growing a child named the Hat Man.
Can you feel him kicking? Or, sorry, he doesn't kick, he tips his hat.
It's his hat in you. Oh
think,
God! Why is this a
the only-
horror podcast now?
The only personal anecdote that I can offer is something about my used car purchasing saga. And I think instead of telling any individual story, that what I will recommend to the listeners is go buy a $10 OBD2 reader. And if you're ever going to look at a car, just plug it in and talk to the car's computer. Talk to Friend Computer. Friend Computer will tell you what's wrong with the car. You just have to ask it. And if the human is asking the computer to lie to you, the computer will tell you that too. So just listen to the computer. The computer will tell you about the car.
The computer knows.
Yeah, the computer knows all.
That was the
You
Hat
can
Man.
make the computer lie.
Yeah. I
But
think the Hat Man's coming for DC at the moment.
Yeah. Oh no.
that's true. Friend Computer.
Oh God. You ever plug into the computer in a car and it just starts whispering to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
tipping and
Just talk,
and
I
like
just talk to the computer.
It
Yeah.
starts whispering,
I talked
hey,
to
maybe that Bondo is a sign of something.
Yeah, no, there was a lot. There's one Bondo. The last one.
oh Bondo.
The last one, the computer didn't know about the Bondo, but what the computer did whisper was, I have a huge vacuum leak.
Oh
So,
no.
yeah, that was great.
That's thank you, computer,
Yes. Thank you, Friend Computer, for telling me about the vacuum leak.
Yeah.
You say, thank you, computer. And then when you put it away, you say, okay, computer.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
then you put away your what is it? ODB?
Yeah,
Your ODB reader, your old dirty bastard reader.
sure.
You put it
Sure,
away
whatever.
in your
It's a little fucking blue piece of plastic I keep in my pocket to counter Facebook Marketplace scammers.
There you go.
Now is that
Hey,
does
that's
it have like a
beautiful.
little case that is has rainbows on it? So when you say okay computer, you put it away and it's in rainbows.
Oh my god.
I
This is
don't get
dumbest
that
fucking
reference.
bit.
I'm sorry. All right.
What's up with this kid, eh? You didn't expect me to actually go along with the bit.
No,
and
I
I
didn't
did.
expect you to go along with the bit. I really didn't.
Yeah.
I expected you to flush that one.
Oh god. I can't even think.
So-
Are there any other ones?
I don't know. I fucking
Can't remember.
But personal
I-
anecdotes or flushable bits?
No. Radiohead
Radiohead
albums.
There's we don't have anyone named Pablo, so that one's kind of hard to work in. Unless we were talking about fucking Pablo Escobar. We could talk about
Wait, are we talking about Kanye now? What's happening?
Pablo Honey.
Oh,
the
I thought you were
radio
talking about
album.
the life of Pablo. Sorry, my bad.
Wow, someone's a fake Radiohead fan.
Yeah, I am a fake Radiohead fan. That's true. That's true. Yeah, fucking paranoid android.
The Discord
Jesus
noise
Christ.
suppression. The Discord noise suppression algorithm is so good. It's ignored the last 2 times I've tried to play a royalty-free toilet flush sound effect. So
Amazing.
just pretend that there's one here.
Can we get like a vocal attempt at making the sound of a toilet? Anyone?
I can
Hold on.
some water, but I'm not.
Getting spicy. Let's go.
Yeah.
What about it's like
I think
that's a pretty good
one also got filtered.
Damn.
Yeah, that one got
on.
ate by Crisp.
Hold on,
Here we
I'm
go.
pressing the button. Oh.
Damn.
There we go. There we go. That's a little too.
That's
That's
one of
great. That's to fix that one in
That
post.
that one's a fucking jet turbine right there.
Yeah.
God
That
damn.
one's
Yeah.
from,
What?
William Higgins on August 17th, 2006. So
Thank you. Thank you, Bill Higgins.
Thanks for going to a mall, which was probably alive at the time, because that's a mall toilet. You know, like
That is a
what
mall
you-
toilet.
I want you to describe what the tiling on the floor around this toilet is like, just in your mind's eye, without looking at any other information. You know,
Off-colored caulk,
Checkerboard.
dirt, dingy yellow tile.
just
Maybe
nasty
some
dingy yellow
checkerboard.
tile.
Yeah, but also
Damn.
like probably how like they have those tiles where it's just a bunch of little checkers, like in the that, and it looked like, but it's faded to time, especially now being at 2024, and there's like 4 active malls and the rest are like zombies, where they put
Mhm.
like community events in them or bingo or something just to get people to come and shop at pallet store
Shop at
or something.
Shop at the Mall Ninja store that no one has gone to and is still in business.
There it used to be a full food court with like a dozen places. Now there's 3. Just your standard.
Mhm.
Auntie Anne's.
No, well, I mean, maybe no. That's too highbrow for a dead mall. Like, you
I've
got to
been
have
some
shit
dead
that's
ass
like.
malls with Auntie Anne's in them. You get Auntie Anne's on DoorDash now, right?
That's what I was
Why?
about to. That's what I was about to say. Is that they have, all of the remaining 3, food court places also are like hot wired into Grubhub to just not fucking die.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Orange Julius's are still hanging on though because they don't have anywhere else to go.
That's true.
Yeah.
Imagine
Italian
a
Little
Orange
Caesars
Julius
or what?
anywhere else. Oh no, it's Sbarro.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's not. I'm not gonna get into it. You can hear
Yeah.
my accent. You know why I'm not going to get into it.
You don't want to get into a pizza conversation.
I don't want to
right
get into
now?
a pizza rant right now. Okay, it's like 10 at night. I'm having a great day. I got some
Yeah, but like,
groceries. I watched John Wick 2, which was pretty good. Sorry to throw a wet
wait,
blanket
we
on the
watched a
anecdote
movie?
time. We did. That's okay. Ostensibly.
Yeah, I mean, I remember some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John
It's
Wick
all right.
2 was it was an interesting movie. I don't know. I kind of so I'm of two minds about this fucking film that we watched. One mind is like, this is so much better than John Wick 1 because they took the part of the movie that I was like really hyped for, the fucking nightclub scene, and sort of just extended that out across the whole movie. And then the ending was like fucking like just a series of like, I'm not. I keep bringing up like these fucking plot things in the movie, and I don't want to be the fucking plot guy. But like, there's no fucking reason for. We'll talk about it later. Like, it just pissed me off. And then some of the other shit was I don't know, like the fucking camera work and action choreography again, fucking masterful, awesome,
Yeah, of course.
balling out of
course.
control. And I also do think that they did correctly like escalate the tension from the first one in a really interesting way. And then just fucking a few parts of it were just kind of
I have a problem with this movie.
yeah.
I have a problem with this movie. I think the characterizations are all good. The action's all excellently done. Everything's great. The ending fucking sucked.
Yeah.
I
The ending
hated
made
it.
it very clear that like people went crazy for the first John Wick, and they got like the studio green light for 3 sequels, and they want you to know that they got the studio green light for 3 sequels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, it's coming. Just like, stop. It's stop. You would just want to have like, if you're gonna make a movie, try and make it at least self-contained. Like, go ahead and throw your in your after credits Avengers scene just to be like, oh, Thanos, blah blah. But like, I don't know. I like having the movie end with it's like, well, things are just starting, and it's like, oh, shut up,
Yeah.
shut up, don't do that.
I didn't quite understand like how he picked up the phone and then everyone cleared out of the plaza or whatever. Like I don't.
Oh,
Is
they
that
were all working
supposed
for him.
That's what I. Yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
okay, well, but why? Like I
It's
don't.
like he's sending a signal that he could have killed him like right then. So that's like what that was. Because it was like right after. So end of the movie, right? John Wick is walking into a plaza to talk to Winston, like the owner of the Continental, because he's excommunicated. We're going right into this. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Chopping shit up episode of Edging with Trash and Mug. No structure.
No structure. Fuck it.
So he's in like fucking Central Park. Okay. He's talking to Winston, and he's like, he knows he's going to get excommunicated because he killed someone at the Continental, and that's like the fucking lore thing that happens to you is you get murder-lated. And he's talking to Winston, and he's like, why haven't I died yet? And he's like, because I allow it. And to show that he allowed him to live, he demonstrates that he's in command of like there's like dozens of people around, and they're all following his orders because he like makes a subtle nod to someone, and then everyone stops walking and then starts walking again. Just it's like a signal. It's like not like a not like a big thing.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of neat, right? But like there's a lot of that kind of stuff in the movie where it's just like you have all these, there's just people everywhere, and the fucking underworld of secret assassins is just fucking everywhere.
Yeah,
they're playing violin right next to you.
Kind of went out of control on this one too.
It got kind of fucking nuts.
Because I mean, yeah, why? I was only taken out of it at a couple points, and one of them was when he ran out of shotgun shells in his Benelli, the sewer. And he, you hear the click, and then he takes the barrel and stuffs it against a guy, and then shoves him into a.
I think the Hat Man got DC again.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, oh no.
Oh no.
I have
The government's come for.
All right, I think it's all right. I have to. If my heat turns on, I have to turn up my threshold, or else it'll just. It's all right. You can fix that in post. So, but there was a point. I take it you don't edit anything. Cool.
You
So-
think we fix anything?
Yeah. Host?
Okay.
Oh.
Are you talking right now? Are you talking right now? Is the heater that is also known as the Hatman coming for you? Hello. Oh yeah, I'm so excited to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
Well, I mean,
think?
we'll just.
What do you think, Brian?
Okay.
Whoa.
Here.
Okay.
Is it-
It's not getting better.
It's. Yeah. She'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what did I think about what now? What?
Oh, I was
what?
just wondering if you wanted to elaborate a little bit on any fucking bitching you had to do about this movie.
Well, I'm not like a gun wonk, so like that stuff doesn't take me out of it. If somebody's going through and like, I realized that in the
Yeah,
first
I
movie they were
remember
doing a lot
that
of counting
specific-
shells and stuff, right?
Well, I
But,
remember
like-
that specific scene, and it was fucking. I do think it fucking kicked ass, honestly. TBH.
Yeah, I thought that it was just supposed to be that it jammed, not ran out of bullets, but I don't know,
Yeah.
She's back.
I got up off of my couch for this.
Whoa.
Okay. So, listen, what I was trying to say was I didn't get taken out of the movie a lot, but the one of the few times I did was, where even though the whole thing is contrived, it was like, there's obviously, there's just a point where it's like it goes too far with it, where like he's in the sewer and he barrel stuffs someone with his Benelli, and you hear the click, and then he just shoves the guy up against a pillar while he reloads, and then drops the chamber on it, and then shoots the guy. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I look at the guy, and the guy's not like doing anything. It's like at all. And there's like a solid like 3 or 4 seconds where he's just not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was under the
is like he had like leverage, right? Because like it's
Okay.
a long fucking gun, and he's like pushing
Sure.
him with like he's like leaning into it against him. I don't know how he could fucking move forward under that circumstance.
No,
He's a strong
I just-
dude.
No,
It's
I'm just saying
kind
like
of fun
any
to
struggle,
imagine.
any struggle at all is what I was looking for.
It-
Not like
It's kind of fun to imagine just like the pinned guy just like flailing like Kermit the Frog trying to get the fucking gun. Whoa! Is that like that would have been I feel like that wouldn't have, but like grabbing the barrel and trying to pull it off or something like that,
Yeah.
that
I was
would've been
looking
sense.
for anything. We would have the judges would have accepted anything, and I was like, okay, well,
Well, I was left with I remember specifically this scene too, and I was left with the impression that there was a bayonet on the shotgun, and I don't think there was.
there was not.
no,
No,
there definitely was not.
Yeah.
no, that's an aftermarket
like-
option
I was like-
not offered in that country zone.
Yeah. I don't think it's a good idea to put a bayonet on a shotgun just generally, but
just put a bayonet on any firearm. What's the worst that could happen? I mean, God.
just gets hit with a bunch of fucking buckshot and bounces up into the sky.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, fuck it,
I
why
mean, you
not?
saw what they were just like, fucking shooting, just, oh, here, let me grab this and shoot them 8 times into the air in a public park, unsuppressed. I mean, why not?
The walking
The
scene when
large
fucking
guy.
Common,
The walking scene was so good. We could
they're just walking along with silenced guns, just
Yeah.
kind of like.
I didn't even want to get into that yet. Really, I wanted to talk about like the large man who like got to tackle John Wick like 3 times, you know, and they're just like shooting rounds around in a public park, you know, like, okay.
The fucking like the guy looks like he's like a sumo dude, and
It's like I get it, you know.
yeah, and he's like, oh, okay, time to fucking bounce John Wick, and obviously is like way bigger than John Wick, starts throwing him around.
Yeah,
and John Wick like climbs on top of him and shoots him in the head to actually deal with him.
It,
I don't know. That whole scene's just so funny because it's like a pastiche of these like of these like 4 different gunfights all overlapping with each other, and it's like, yeah, okay, he's in a fight with all these people because he's getting attacked by the entire fucking city right now, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. It was all right, but I don't know. It felt a little bit weird and a little bit.
And this is
jangly,
I think
you know?
the maybe a criticism I had of the first John Wick as well is like the like action in the like any particular scene is always like really extremely well like put together from like a filmmaking perspective, but then when you like put like 9 of them right in a row, not that I think there's anything inherently wrong with having 9 action movie scenes right in a row. I think that more movies should actually be willing to do that, but there's not really a very huge amount of dynamism in the way John Wick tends to fight people. He tends to shoot someone in the center of mass and then shoot them in the head. And there's like only so many times that you can watch a guy shoot someone in the center of mass and then shoot them in the head before it's like, oh, I know how he's going to get out of this one. He shoots him in the center of mass and then shoots him in the head. And then you
I thought there was
John
a lot
Wick.
more leg shots this movie.
There were quite a few leg shots too, but
Yeah.
it's same principle, right? Like crippling shot, like stop him and then shoot him in the head, you know. And
Yeah.
like it doesn't really. There's a few parts where it kind of mixes it up from there, and those parts are also all really well done. But like it just seems like at a certain point you get sick of watching him fucking do that one move.
Like I don't know if it's supposed to convey that John Wick seems bored, but like occasionally it just kind of seems like John Wick is bored in the way that he's going. He's like, I'm just punching in, you know, just punching in, shoot. I'll hide behind a pillar, shoot him in the foot, and then shoot him in the head.
Yeah, but you know what? John Q. Normie isn't going to pick up on that. That's why we're here. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's why we're here, to be fucking sickos about this shit.
I was going to say there was like 3 or 4, like it eventually, now that you say it, there are like 3 or 4 times where it's like, oh, cool. It's the takedown and then hold him while I shoot 2 other people and then shoot the guy shots.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that happens like 4 or 5 times. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's like, cool. That's great. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it works way better when it's in the first movie. It worked a lot better, in my opinion. Mostly because like there's little plot elements in between all the scenes. Sometimes during fights there'd be like a conversation happening at the same time or something happening. Like
Right.
it felt better written and better edited than this one, which feels very like, well, we got to rush out another John Wick move. And
yeah,
I think that kind of ended up, it suffered because of that.
Yeah, I don't even.
Yeah.
I think that you're right that there's like a lot like this one is like by its nature just going to be kind of less personal. Like he like burns down his house and like yeah, that's fine that like John's pissed because his house got burned down, but he's not really showing that anger when it's fresh at all. Like when he has his house burned down, he's just like, well, okay, I'm gonna walk my ass from New Jersey to New York City now. And he does. And then like it's not like when like he like it doesn't feel the same as when like his dog dies in the beginning, because like
He has a dog.
he's
now.
not like, well, yeah, he has a dog. Well, he still has a dog through the movie, but also like he doesn't like look like visibly angry. He's not like telling people like you're gonna fucking die, or he does a little bit, but like he just looks like I don't want to do this shit, is like literally what like the whole plot of like the beginning of the movie is he literally doesn't want to be there.
It's very like, here we go again.
Yeah, and then he gets
Like-
fucking betrayed, and it's like, yeah, I mean, I can that just doesn't feel like it should be carrying the type of like because like the end of the movie, right? Let's fucking get into this. Is like I already said what happens. He shoots the fucking dude in the Continental who like betrays him halfway through the movie, and like yeah, the guy fucking double crossed him on like some fucking contract, but like John is a fucking professional, man. Like this has got to have happened to him like 10,000 times before, and like those other 10,000 times he didn't kill a guy in the Continental, and it wasn't fucking something that he was personally invested in before. So why is he now like willing to fucking blacklist himself within the entire like international assassin community rather than like wait like a day for the guy to walk out of the Continental and then just go like, well, I'm gonna kill him next time, I guess.
Yeah.
What was it when he walked in there and did that? The thing that it called back to was like how quickly he hung up on him when he got the call, like, oh, by the way, like, oh, I have to avenge myself, and he's already reaching for like the end call thing. He's like, okay, well, I was waiting for, it's like, yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. I was like, okay,
yeah.
I mean, that's definitely an echo of the first movie, right? Where it's just like he gets a phone call from somebody and he's like, no, you're dead, and just hangs up. And it's like, okay. And so, the messaging, especially because we watched the movie like 2 weeks ago, like really made sense there for me, right? And I mean, just like a lot of his mannerisms as a character carried over. But I don't know. Again, it just feels like very it feels very like we took all these like little pieces of John Wick and threw them in this movie without like creating a really good characterization in this movie.
Yeah.
It's just using the characterization from the first movie and creating like a cardboard cutout of John Wick from the first movie.
Yeah, and like, remember when we did like, we were like, oh, if they did the pencil scene, we were talking about them doing a pencil scene
during
in
the
second movie potentially.
Yeah, and they did. Yep.
Yeah, they did end up doing a pencil scene, and you know what? It was cool seeing him kill some guys with a pencil, but like, it's also like fucking like. Like I can kind of feel the director pointing at the camera and like telling me, "Did you see that? He killed the guy with the pencil."
Yeah,
poggers.
Yeah, rather than keeping the running joke going that you never see him kill anyone with a pencil, despite that being like his claim to fame.
Yeah, it's
like, we just show him do it. And it's like, oh, okay, whatever.
Like, there's a million things. Like, the point is he can kill someone with like fucking anything, right? So like, why not show something like new, that why not a pair of scissors, or I don't know, he's at like the fucking like train station, why not like a ticket puncher or some fucking bullshit like that?
Or check this out, a carrot.
A carrot would be very good. Yes, I was fucking I feel like this movie is fucking missing some of that fucking shoot 'em up grime aspect to it.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know, if you want to do like improvised weapons, do something else, maybe make a reference to something else, like, I don't know, have fun with it instead of just being like, look, it's the thing we talked about.
I thought that the representation of the New York subway was very accurate because if you notice, all of the cops are unseen playing on their phones, not doing anything.
Yeah.
So I believe that's, it's good that they were going for accuracy on that part of it.
Yeah, especially around then. I mean, now we've got the whole National Guard thing going on down there, but like,
I'm not allowed to talk about Kathy Hochul because of a court order. So
yeah, that's fair.
There's also no fucking garbage laying around strewn everywhere on the ground. So.
Yeah,
in the New York subway,
there's only one guy sitting around talking about random shit. That's it.
Yeah, I didn't see Pizza Rat once, so I don't know. I don't know.
That's
realistic.
True. That is something I thought was novel in this movie, though, is Lawrence Fishburne's character and his like the beggar gang kind of thing going on. He had going. I thought that was fun.
Saying you like Lawrence Fishburne in the movie is fucking cheating because like of course you like Lawrence Fishburne.
Well, I mean, yeah, right.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne in any movie is going.
He's one of like
damn.
He's like one of 6 actors.
Get the screen.
I know by name.
Yeah. For sure.
Like that's
Pointing
it.
at the screen, just going Morbius. There he is.
I mean, you did that. You know, I didn't. Do
I know. Yeah, I was writing my jokes before the podcast. You caught me.
No, when you said Morbius, I was going to say that's not Hannibal Buress. You know.
Good. Yeah, and I don't know. I thought that was really interesting that it's like, oh yeah, he has a history in this world. You know, it's like, oh yeah, you know, this is something we didn't see in the first movie. This is just something that, like, you know, exists outside. It's another guy he knows from his time as professional, and
The Birds Arbor
now he's
guy.
he's doing it. And yeah, also just the idea that there's like a whole bunch of people begging in subways and around town that are just holding guns and like are essentially just a spy network for this one guy.
Yeah, actually, that supports
That's
a really
fun.
reactionary viewpoint. Actually, that
It does,
you know,
it does, but you know,
we have to think about it for more than 3 seconds, which I'm not doing for a John Wick movie.
Yeah, most people aren't doing that for a John Wick movie, and also I don't think it's meant to be that, you know, like that, right? But who knows? Maybe it is.
It's our jobs to be sickos, you know, like
Yeah,
trying to get
we have to be
sick with
sickos about these movies. And I'm happy to be a sicko about movies.
Yeah.
Number 1 Starship Troopers 3 Marauder fan right here. If Starship Troopers 3 Marauder has one fan, it's me. if Starship Troopers 3 Marauder has no fans, I've died.
Yeah. I think that
Yeah.
that character is like one of the few like really interesting new things that we see. There's like sort of like there's more lore about there being like a high council or whatever, or some fucking like some dog shit that no one cares about.
It's like there's 3 big global gangs.
Yeah.
And it's the Italians, the Chinese, and the Russians.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
Yeah. I think it would be really interesting in the movie if we met, because like it is cool that John Wick knew Lawrence Fishburne, and Lawrence Fishburne had like fucking like a story to tell about his previous meeting with John Wick. And especially because it was a callback to what we just saw, where like he fucking stabs the dude and is like, you can pull the knife out and try to get me and you'll die, or you can just like let me get out of here. And then like literally like 10 or 15 minutes later he meets Lawrence Fishburne. He's like, yeah, you stabbed me. and you were like, well, you can shoot me and die, or you can let me walk out of here, and I let you walk out of there. So I think that was cool. But I do wish there were fucking more characters in the movie that John Wick hadn't fucking met already, you know? Like the first movie did have this. Like he's been out of the game for a while. So there's like new people in theory that never met John Wick, don't have any idea who the fuck he is, who are like important people in the setting who we should be like, because it just feels like they're fucking like, it feels like they don't want to write any characters, so they're just like, I knew you from years past. Yes, but we must fight.
Time to fight.
It should be interesting for a new character to. Well, I have no idea what this is, but everybody talks about him in hushed tones, and everyone seems to be really scared of him. So I'm wary, but you know, and then you know, you know.
Yeah. It's like even at the beginning of the movie, it's like, yeah, it's the car fight, which I mean, honestly, novel, cool, appreciated that. But then it's like, oh well, yeah, fucking well, it's over a stolen car. It's like, well, who cares? It's a stolen car. And the guy's like, yeah, but it's John Wick's car. And the guy's like, oh well, yeah. And it's like, who the fuck? How do you know? How does you know this guy? Why is this guy like yeah, I mean, I get it. He's the boogeyman, but also like,
you shouldn't know that much about the boogeyman, probably, you know?
Yeah, and then also every organization knows about him. It's like, oh, you know, fucking the Russians are like, yeah, he's Baba Yaga, but then the Italians are also like, yeah, we know fucking John Wick. Let's go. And it's like, God.
It's not just that
where
the
is he not
organizations
been?
know about him, but it's like every single person seems to have personally met him. And like, come on. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the scenes were cool still. I think that they were a lot more interesting. The set pieces, on average, did tend to trend. There were better levels in this one. The mirror fucking scene at the ending was that was just shot like really well. That I think that was like
Yeah.
I think the fucking House of Mirrors level in your movie is kind of a cliche, but it's a good one.
It was well
It's done
done.
well like that, yeah.
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 I
It wasn't.
I
It
mean,
wasn't complete.
I knew this. No,
Hmm?
you
Yeah.
finished. I was going to talk about something else.
No, I was just. You go ahead. I was finished.
Oh, I was going to say, like, the moment that I saw John in the Continental with shit for brains, whatever his name was, I don't care, Carmine or whatever. I knew he was going to get got on the spot, and you know, so I was like, okay. I felt like the tension wasn't really like because I knew it's like, well, no, John Wick doesn't care anymore. I don't think, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's like,
mhm.
So like,
yeah, it's just
there's a
like
difference between
very
John
clearly.
Wick doesn't care about this life, right? And John Wick makes a decision that is going to keep him from ever living in peace ever again in his entire life, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I feel like maybe there was part of the movie that where it thought it was making a point about like, oh, John Wick is going to choose violence because he can't let go of his past, but it didn't fucking put in the legwork to like earn that type of like character insight, you know. It just literally like had a guy say that to him at the near the end of the movie, and then it's like, yeah, he did it.
It's
I
like,
don't know.
yo,
It was a fucking like it was just sort of bad.
yeah. I'm reading.
Like,
Okay,
Mhm.
it's
What are you reading?
So the directing team got cut in half for the second one. David Leitch wasn't involved anymore. I don't know what else David Leitch has done though. And it looks like the writer stayed the same. I'm just trying to figure out like what changed, if anything. David Leitch
Honestly,
uncredited as a director. Interesting.
What may have changed is the fucking like the first movie was a complete story, you know.
Yeah.
And suddenly they're like, okay, well, we need to do however many more movies are greenlighted, so they can't write.
Yeah.
They want there to be. They probably genuinely had like a studio obligation for there to be some sort of fucking through line between all the sequels too, right? Like that shit's probably in the contract. That they're not, like,
Probably.
standalone movies because fucking audience retention or whatever the fuck bullshit that Hollywood thinks is important.
If you retain too much water, you should go to a doctor, not a
That's true.
movie producer.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, it's like fucking it's like taking that self-contained story at the end of it and then like finding a way to be like, well, we're going to turn this into like 3 more movies that are like a trilogy or however many. I don't even know if they're like 4 is the last one.
This is a formulaic franchise now. That's like the feeling, you know.
Yeah.
This is, you know, it's like this is action shot type B, you know, rolling into grab, okay, now shoot the other two, you know, like now roll again, you know.
Yeah.
It's like you can see the you know, the soul sucked right out of it because the first one was tight. It was just like, let's just give Keanu Reeves like an action movie and he can, you know, with a contrived like nothing plot line to string together a bunch of sick action scenes, and it was great. And then yeah, you know how that shit goes.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting because Chad Stahelski is like he's like a stunt coordinator. That's his whole thing. And so he's directing these movies, right? And I'm just wondering if without like the help of another directing partner, if like everything that wasn't a fighting scene just kind of fell by the wayside in the movie. I don't know. That's a theory. It's a theory about what happened. I don't know if that's actually
a theory. And like I think there's probably merit to that theory. And all we're going to get on this podcast is fucking speculation no matter what.
Yeah, of course.
But like at the same time, let's judge this. Let's judge this like you're right. And that it's like a movie that's like made by like a fight dude, and it's there for fights to happen. Like, then like there's still like other movies like that are like, not that every movie can be The Raid, you know, but if you want to make a movie that's all fight scenes, then like something like that is a better model for like how your story should be than like, oh, there's a league of assassins and he wants to kill his sister, but he's backtrays him and then he's blacklisted by the organization. You know. And The Raid 2 does actually have like a lot of similar problems with like escalating and remaining coherent, that John Wick 2 does, now that I think about it, and like
that was like
movie up.
that felt like every cool Hitman level I ever played, you know. Like, that was like, okay, like the one where they're at the music festival or whatever, and then there's like, I'm just sitting there thinking like, this is like every level from Hitman 2, you know, like 2016 or whatever the fuck, whenever it came out, you know. So I was like, okay, it's like sick. All right, cool. That's something else I wanted to bring up. The thing where, you know, the Italian woman's name, I don't, you know, I don't fucking remember. She's just in this giant antechamber that looks like, you know, like an exposition / side quest from Baldur's Gate 3. And then she's like, I'm gonna do this on my terms, and then she fucking like, you know, kills herself because it was really fucking rough to watch for me. I struggle to place that, like, where does that fall on the, you know, this is a strong character, you know, or this is a, you know, this is supposed to represent like a strong, you know, woman who has had everything, you know, like in her grasp and now runs up against it, you know, an immovable object. Or was it just, or was even that like really too contrived given the context of the rest of the movie? You know, so I'm kind of,
I don't know if contrived is necessarily
probably not
the criticism I'd make of it. I do think it was kind of like, it's hard to get the sense of any real character's motivations, because every character is either John Wick or is
stringing him along to the next interaction. Yeah.
Not even just stringing him along, but like every character is either John Wick or their entire characterization is defined by their relationship to John Wick. You don't get a sense of like anyone's internal lives really, aside from the dude he's trying to kill like wants power. That's like the most like characterization we get of any side character. Or the other guy likes rules. Or Lawrence Fishburne probably has more characterization than any other side character, and even his characterization is still mostly defined by fucking oh, I talked to John Wick a long time ago.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to like judge like whether or not that was in character for her at all to do because of that. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. She did it because she did it because they thought it would be really cool to film the scene of her lying in the tub with like the red dress of blood all over her. Is I think the real reason she did it. Which I guess is contrived, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it makes some sense for the character, but also just like, I don't know. It didn't really feel necessary. Like, I don't get why it was in the movie other than just to be like, hey, you know, John Wick didn't actually kill her. She killed herself, and then I don't know. It doesn't really make sense.
If you want to talk about why it was in the movie, I genuinely 100% believe that the only reason it was in the movie is because they thought that shot would be really cool, where she's got all the blood.
Yeah, and I think that's probably it. I think you're probably right about that. It's like, that would look cool. And it's like, all right, fine.
And like, I'm not even opposed to like, that would look cool as a reason to put something in the movie. Maybe it's not really in the best taste.
That's how movies are made. It's just, oh, I think this would be cool. And then like, you just do that.
True.
You do that for a couple hours.
That's like, it's kind of a heavy subject matter to bring up with no further comment for the sake of, oh, that's cool for like 2 seconds, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you can get the same scene from just like shooting someone and like with like a lot of blood, and then they fall into a pool, and then they're red, then they're covered in blood and in a pool.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you don't need to do all that. And also, like, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, like, it's cool to have the scene if you want to have the scene to look cool, right? But like trying to like stitch it in like that to make it to like give it meaning is just like, why at that point, why bother, right? Why bother with the like, oh yeah, well, this is actually about her, like her trying to like seize control in her last moments of life. And it's like,
yeah,
I don't know, that just, it's like, I don't think so. I do think that's like a bullshit reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. And so I'm just also thinking about, so the movies that I'd seen before we started this,
Mhm.
actually I hadn't seen John Wick 1 either, I don't think.
No. You
So
told me
it's,
that when we were watching it.
yeah, it's just John Wick 4 was the only one I had seen, right? And
Yeah.
so my expectations for these movies were very odd, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if either of you watched the fourth one, but
no,
and we'll get around to it, I'm sure. But right,
this is my first time seeing 2, and I haven't seen 3 or 4. So
yeah, 4, in my opinion, kind of takes it down, and like takes it down from this like weird plateau that the second one's on. I'm very interested to see what number 3 looks like, because like number 4 feels a lot like number 1 to me.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I did hear a lot of people say that number 4 was great, but I hear a lot of people say a lot of bad movies are very great. So I don't know. I don't trust when people say that movies are great.
Oh, I mean, yeah, for sure. I hear movies are great all the time that are just and I hear movies are bad all the time that wow. Yeah, you're going to hell for that one, bud. That movie's fantastic. Don't get me started. Everyone wants to be a hater. Well, watch the movie, folks.
isn't this the fucking
It's
hater
okay.
podcast?
I gave it a watch. I
don't actually listen to
good.
podcasts because that's you know, podcasts are for perverts basically, especially anybody listening this long. You know, so
True. You're a pervert listener.
Isn't this the hater podcast? You know, I thought.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes. Only sometimes. When
Yeah.
we watched Gamer, it was a hater podcast.
That was a deep hater podcast.
Gamer?
Yeah. Gamer's
All right.
What a movie.
All right. Well, thankfully this
Have you seen that movie?
No, but thankfully this is the John Wick 2. I don't watch movies, honestly. This is the first movie I've watched in a very long time. I think I make the joke frequently that the last movie I watched before the current one was Star Wars Solo, because it's just really
amazing.
Because A, it's just really funny, and B, it's the last movie that I can say for sure I watched. Because I remember sitting down and watching it. And I can't remember oh god. I think I watched Ford versus Ferrari since then, but it's like one of the very few movies that I can recall watching. I know I've watched at least one additional movie since then, but I can't place it because my brain is full of Swiss cheese holes.
It happens, you know. It happens.
Yeah. Well, does
yeah.
anyone have anything to add on fucking John Wick 2? The kind of I think, are we giving this one a what's our
How do you
what's our
rate
rating system?
How do you rate
How do
shit
we
on
rate
this?
this?
I mean,
Is this
we haven't.
a stinker or a sneak out of your parents' house to watch, or
Are you okay?
No,
not?
no. I think I would. I have a great rating system for this. This is something that I would see on a Tuesday super matinee. You know, where they discount it down to like $5. You know.
I don't know if I'd pay $5 to see this movie.
Well, I mean, imagine seeing it for the first time in theaters and it's $5 and you go get to see that contrived silencer scene in the middle of a subway station. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it made me laugh.
Man,
That part made me laugh.
Yeah.
I don't know. How about this? We use the TikTok rating scale. We could say it's mid.
The fuck is that?
This is mid.
yeah,
It's
I do think
mid.
it's a pretty mid movie.
It was all right. It was,
Yeah.
The shit with the Mustang at the start was fun. That was a Mustang, right? That's the Ford. Yeah, it's the one with the horse on it. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like the shit always takes me out of it again because it's. I mean, it's cool. Like, it's a demo derby for like 5 minutes with a bunch of Crown Victorias crashing into a like several probably $100,000 V8 Mustang or whatever. I'm like, all right, and it still starts. I'm just gonna be honest here. Once a car shuts off like that from that much, it's not turned back on. So I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, John Wick has magic though. I don't know if you know that. He's actually a child of destiny and therefore is unable to fail in the things that he tries to do.
That's
he's the Baba Yaga.
Yeah, that's
he's the Baba Yaga.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, that crash scene was funny because they did at least reference that the car was fucked when he had to like start it back up that one last time. He's like,
it was funny.
I don't know.
It was funny when he got hit by a car. That happened a couple times actually. It was funny every time. I think.
Yeah. I liked when he hit the guy with the car and he flew into the pole and went.
Yeah,
I did like when he fucking braked and the door flew off of the fucking Mustang. That was good.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah, I thought for sure the chop shop that you were gonna see. Oh God, why am I not remembering his name right now?
Fucking
John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, John Leguizamo is going to be here for sure. And then he wasn't, but he did show up afterwards to be like, I'm John Leguizamo and I'm here.
Different chop shop.
Cool. Different chop shop.
He's in the local Jersey chop shop, not the gang affiliated New York one.
Yeah, not the Russian gang New York.
Yeah.
Chop shop. He's in the independent privately operated
he just
chop
pays
shop.
protection to the Russian mob. He isn't part of it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, he's just like kind of lightly involved.
I think that the just leaving the Russians in the first like because those were like that guy, he said, oh, you killed my brother, right? So leaving those guys in like the first 10 minutes of the film was pretty cool, I think. It's all right, it was a strong start, and then the rest of the movie was just kind of like like a musty fart, with some of the plot shit that it had going on, and then
just mid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did also like that the guy who owned the chop shop, the brother of the villain in the last movie, just had a big hammer and sickle tattooed on his neck.
That's I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. I was like, damn. And he's been in a lot of movies himself. He was in like all the Guy Ritchie movies that are just like, oh, it's a bunch of guys talking fast to each other about stuff, and I don't know, like crime. A Guy Ritchie movie, you know what? They're all the same. It's the same movie 10 times. They're great. They're fun.
I don't think I've seen any of them.
Wow. We should probably do one of those for this, like for the podcast, because they can get a little nasty with it.
So I've heard. And there's a few that I think I've got. There's a few that I've got on my list of movies to watch, but we can do one for the podcast.
Yeah.
The whole thing with the sommelier or whatever kind of pissed me off because it was just really annoying. Like that's the only reason I'll give is that it was just really annoying.
Yeah.
What would you like for dessert? And so you just handed him some Austrian pile of fucking polymer crap. Like, yeah, of course.
I know why.
Of course,
I know why. Okay, it's because it's Glocks.
Of course,
It's
the
Glocks.
Of course.
DC.
No.
Nerd
No,
shit.
it had nothing. Listen, it didn't have anything particularly to do with that. It was just like I was
Right.
like, all right, you know. I mean, yeah, did that cross my mind? I'm not gonna lie and say no, but you know, it's like this is kind of. I was like, this is kind of sucks. It's just like, oh, would you like an AR-15 for dessert? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, playing grab ass in the Continental. Is that what this is? You
Yeah,
know?
that's what John Wick is.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
that part
yeah,
actually
there's, like-
does. It's like
I love that. Yeah, the Assassin's Con. That's just like that's just them like talking about other things like
Yeah.
dinner reservations to get rid of bodies.
Yeah,
that stuff's fun. I think.
all right, that's fair.
It's okay to hate on the sommelier because I think the sommelier bit was a little goofy, especially because they basically stopped talking in code at certain points. They were just like, yes, a nice Austrian, fucking a Glock 19. It's like, okay, cool.
Of course, it shoots good when you replace every part in it. You know, like, yeah, of course.
It's an AR-15 for dinner for the main course. So, wow. Well, maybe stop. The code falls apart when you're doing it like that.
Yeah.
But you know, I get that as a reference, and that this is probably a little bit of a rush job based on my speculations. But you know, still, maybe try a little harder. Yeah, put that script through another rewrite, you know, and then remake this movie. Just kidding. Don't remake this movie. You've already made 4 of them. It's fine.
Yeah.
Do a remake of just 2.
It's so true, bestie.
Right. Yeah, I'm super interested again to see what number 3 is going to be like, because I haven't seen that one either, you know.
Do you think number 3 is going to be better, worse, or the same?
You know, I think it could go better or worse, but I don't think it could be the same.
I think you can only go up from there.
There's
no
definitely
way.
a lot worse movies out there than John Wick 2. You can,
Yeah. We've seen things, DC. Okay, we've seen a skyline on fire. We've watched Gamer.
I still don't know what that is. It sounds like a fake movie, so you know, good luck.
It's a it's a fake movie recorded on fucking roller skates by a fucking idiot who's trying to make Crank 2 and ended up making Crank 2 afterwards.
What the fuck is Crank 2? What?
Bad. It's bad. And then fucking what else about the movie? The movie's entire plot is about how degeneracy is bad. And how there's like a secret cabal that's trying to control you. And it's not good. It's very bad.
Okay.
It's like one of the most hateful movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Despite that not being the main part of the movie. It's just like implicitly it's horrifying. We're re-entering yeah.
Welcome to the I think do you have anything else to say about the movie? I don't know. I was gonna segue into Twitter page.
No, yeah.
Speaking of one of the most hateful things you've ever seen, you can find us on x.com. America's leading neo-Nazi hate site. You can find us at Edgelord's Edging Podcast. It's not Edgelord Edging Podcast, just Edging Podcast. You can email us edgelordpod@gmail.com. You can call. We don't have any voicemails or emails from the Edging hotline.
We don't.
The edging community is really letting you two down.
Wow. Week. Yeah, seriously. I was hoping we'd at least have somebody like gooning in the voicemails. What the fuck?
Yeah. You can reach us at 920-350-EDGE, 920-350-3343, or all the other places I fucking mentioned. It's also in the description. Or you can fucking like use your fucking eyes and ears and look for things. You know?
I believe in you. You're smart. You're smart. I don't know the rest of the speech from fucking from DJ Khaled,
Smart.
but
Loyal.
you're smart.
I
You're
appreciate you.
Yeah, exactly. Buy yourself a house. Buy your mother a house.
There you go. We're
You
not giving you
smart.
money to do that.
Yeah, no, fucking. We don't have any money to give you, so fucking, you know. But you know, if you ever meet
Please.
DJ Khaled, make sure to take his money.
Thanks for listening to the Edging podcast. Please turn your ad blocker off.
Please keep your ad blogger on, and if you meet DJ Khaled on the road, kill him.
Don't
No, it's a parable.
that.
It's like the Buddha.
don't